Let me tell you a story. In 1988, a Wall Street Journal newspaper claimed that the Amex Black Card, a mysterious card that absolutely nobody knew about, was discontinued a year earlier. This article claimed that there was a trial run that lasted 4 years, and these cards were so exclusive that not even 1,000 people had them, and the people that did have them were the most wealthy and successful people in America. As you can expect, this piqued a lot of people's interest and set the financial world into a little bit of a frenzy. A lot of people thought this article was completely made up and the Black Card never even existed. And it wasn't until about a year later when one of the spokespersons from American Express actually confirmed that this card did exist. He claimed that the Black Card was discontinued because they had just launched the American Express Platinum, which you probably already know about, and it wasn't until a whole 10 years later that the Amex Black Card was re-released. In this video, I'm going to be walking you through exactly what you need to do to get one of these cards, and I'm going to be honest, you're probably not going to be able to get one. I'm just telling you this right now. All the secret and hidden benefits that come with this card, and at the end of this video, I'm going to show you the best alternatives that you can probably get. So to get those cards, there's a couple pretty crazy requirements. The first and the least insane is that you have to be a member with American Express for at least a year, but the one that makes more sense is that you have to spend at least $500,000 on your other Amex credit cards within a year. And a lot of reports that say that this is even on the low end and that you have to spend more than $1 million every single year. You also have to have an exceptional credit score of over 800 and be paying your American Express cards in full every single month. And as of right now, you have to have an income of at least $250,000. And this isn't one of those cards that you can just fake. They're literally going to go in and check all of your income and documents to make sure that you're having this income. So there's no faking how much money you make. And you can't even go online and apply for this card. But if you search for Centuria's application, there's a form that you can fill out that considers you for an application. So let's just say you are rich and famous and you're spending millions of dollars with American Express, which I know all of my subscribers are. Guess what they're going to give you for just signing up? $10,000. Wait a minute, no. You're actually going to have to pay them $10,000 as an initiation fee. And then after that, you're going to have to pay them $5,000 each and every single year. So just in that first year alone, you're already going to be in $15,000 deep. If you want to add authorized users, you can add 2 at an additional $5,000 each. But they do give you one thing that you can use if you want when you sign up, which is a free Tom Ford wallet that the card comes in. And that wallet's going to be worth about $400. So at least you got that. So you're probably wondering, if you're spending $5,000 every single year to hold this card, plus that $10,000 initiation fee, what are you getting in return? And you're getting quite an insane amount of value and benefits. The first is statement credit for Equinox Gym, up to $3,600 every single year, which is probably going to be pretty useful for most of the card holders that are getting this, because Equinox is pretty much the nicest gym in the world, and the Centurion Black Card is going to pay for that membership for you. The next thing that they're going to give you is $1,000 in statement credit each year, which is going to be split into $250 each quarter for 5th Saks Avenue. And if you don't know, that's an online retail place that pretty much has every single designer brand that you can think of. So most people that have the Centurion card are most likely going to be taking advantage of that statement credit too. They also give you a free Clear Plus membership valued at right around $400, which is just going to get you through the airports way quicker. There's also a couple other benefits that are going to be really valuable if you are making that much money. One's going to be Delta Platinum Medallion status, and another's Hilton Diamond status. And if you have Hilton Diamond status, you're pretty much automatically going to be upgraded to the nicest rooms Hilton has for free, and also just be treated like you're a god while you're staying there. You're also going to get a free gift from Prada, which right now is a designer belt. And one of the most important things that rich people are going to value when getting this card is that you can get into any of the nicest lounges in the entire world. So if you're in an airport and you have an overlay or you're waiting for a flight, you can get into literally any of the lounges that you want, get the best free foods, free drink, and you get access to the Centuria Lounge, and it's going to be honestly the nicest lounge in the entire world. But let's talk about the single most insane and important thing that comes with this American Express card, and that's access to American Express's concierge. And the American Express Platinum card has the same benefit, but with the Centurion card, you're going to get a whole team dedicated to you. And let me tell you, this team can pretty much get you anything that you want. You're essentially going to have an entire team of Batman's Alfreds working for you. There's basic stories like people calling in and getting tickets for sold out concerts for Taylor Swift, but there's some crazier stories. There's one story of an Australian Centurion card holder that just wanted a couple ice cubes, but he was in a remote location. So naturally what the team did is have a helicopter fly out to wherever he was and deliver those ice cubes. Another story is of a Centurion card holder that wanted to propose in a romantic way. So the concierge team arranged a private jet, after-hour visits, a romantic setting, and a hidden photographer, all at the Eiffel Tower in Paris. And this is just 2 of literally hundreds of stories like this, and there's stories that are even crazier than these. So as long as it's legal, or at least borderline legal, you can pretty much get whatever you want by just calling your team up. So let's talk about the actual rewards that come with this card, and it's pretty insane. Are you ready? It's just 1 point for everything you spend, so literally the bare minimum. But if you're getting this card, it's probably not for the points back. But at the same time, if you have this card, you're probably spending a couple $1,000,000 on it every single year, so that's going to be a couple million points for you. And these points are going to redeem just like all of other Amex's membership rewards points, which in my opinion are some of the most value reward points in the world, because they have a bunch of transfer partners that make them super valuable. So you're going to get really good redemption rates for these points. And also one thing about this card is that it is a titanium card, and it's pretty much the only card that I can think of besides that Apple card that is a titanium card. So that's pretty unique. But before you go in and apply for an invite, let me make sure you know some of the pros and cons that come with this card. The first pro, and let's be honest, probably the reason that most people are getting this card, is that the status that comes with this card. Most people, even if they're not familiar with most credit cards or even how they work, know what the Centurion card is. So if someone slaps that down on the table, you immediately know that there's someone special. And the second biggest pro is that concierge line. Like I said, they can pretty much get you anything. And if you're that rich that you don't have to want to deal with setting up all these different things, and you'll pretty much have a team working for you full time, giving you whatever you want. Some of the cons of this card is that it's invite only, and also there's quite a hefty initiation and annual fee. Like I said, it's $5,000 each year and then $10,000 just to get initiated. There's also no bonus categories with this card, just that 1 point back on every dollar spent. But let's be honest, if you have this card, you're probably not too worried about maximizing your credit card points. So is this card right for you and me? Probably not. We're never going to get this card. Most of us aren't going to make nearly enough money to even be considered for this card. But lucky for you, there is a card from American Express that's going to give you a lot of the same benefits, but it's actually attainable. And that's going to be American Express's Platinum card. Unlike the Centurion card, this is going to give you a really nice welcome bonus and also 5 points on all your flights. It does come with a pretty hefty annual fee, but there's airline credits and hotel credits that are going to help offset that. You get a bunch of elite statuses from different hotels when you get this card. You're also going to be able to get into pretty much any lounge that you want, which includes the Centurion Lounge. And as long as you have a decent credit score, you can probably get it. If you want to see a full breakdown on the Platinum card, go check out my channel after this video. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe.